What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Eddie Express DFS podcast presented to you by Draft Dashboard. Remember, you can try out all the tools that I'm going to be using in this video 30 days for $1 by clicking my link in the description below. Gets you access to the WNBA and the MLB right now. We got the NFL coming up in less than 2 weeks with some preseason stuff. Just throwing that out there. Before we get into the position optimizer, please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps me out. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Subscribe. We put out videos normally on Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and then usually on Saturday or Sunday. Usually we get one of those videos in there. Here's the cheat sheet, though. We'll get into position optimizer. I'll show you what I'm looking at for DraftKings today. First pitcher. Sale's going to be uber chalk, projected for 25 points. I'd rather go for Aaron Nola. Nola just has had some really good strikeout stuff lately. If you look at his logs, 34, 33, 25, 24, got touched up a little bit in his last start, but Nola's cheaper than all these guys, so that's kind of why I like him. And I think he's just got the biggest K upside today, even more so than Sale. But Nola has been throwing a knuckle curve that has just been really hard for people to hit. He's been getting a lot of called strikes and swinging strikes. It's a really good matchup against Detroit, so I'm going to go with Nola. And then the other pitcher I like is Chris Archer. Cardinals have a lot of right-handers, and Nola's pretty good against right-handed side of the plate. Or Archer, sorry. And Archer's been pretty good. For 7,500, you're getting 16, 14, 15, 25, 19.3. I think Archer's in a pretty good spot today, projected for almost 17 points at 7,500. That's pretty darn good. Catcher today, I went with Gary Sanchez. He's just too cheap. He hasn't been very good lately, but he's still Gary Sanchez. He's going to hit cleanup against Kyle Gibson in the Twins ballpark. And, he's taken him deep twice. He's only like 4,300. He's pretty cheap for Sanchez. So I'm going to kind of chase that a little bit until he hits. But he's just too cheap at that price for a catcher. First base today, I went with Eric Thames. He's only 1 for 9 against Roark, but his one was a home run. Roark really struggles with left-handed power, and Eric Thames has a bunch of it. So if he doesn't strike out 3 times, I think that Eric Thames could be in for a good play today. Second base. The second baseman that I really want to play, and I'm kind of waiting for lineups to come out. These are just projected lineups that we have. The second baseman that I want to play is $2,900, and it is Ian Kinsler. He's like 22 for 67 against Jason Vargas. It's elite BVP numbers, and it also fits the team that I want to stack. Now, they have Luis Urias in the projected lineup. But I think it might end up being Kinsler, so that's something we're going to have to wait on. If not, you're going to be kind of on your own for second base, because I am going to have to make some changes. But I'm hoping that Kinsler plays because he's at a really, really cheap price today at $2,900 with some elite BVP numbers against Vargas. Third base today. This is kind of a off-the-wall play. But I'm going to go with Nolan Arenado against Strasburg. He's 4 for 15 against Strasburg with 2 singles and 2 home runs. He's still Nolan Arenado. He's a really good hitter. He's only 4,200. It's not a good matchup against Strasburg as he's a pretty good pitcher, but it's kind of against the wall play, and I think it's one that you can really take a chance with. As Strasburg, I don't think is going to have very much ownership today with all the good pitchers on the slate. So maybe getting something like Arenado might help you out there. Shortstop today, went with Manny Machado again against Jason Vargas. 4 for 15, all singles against him. So he hasn't taken them deep or had any extra base hits, but he's still pretty cheap for Machado. He's only 4,600. I think he makes for a pretty good play, and he fits my stack that I want to use. I'm using the Padres today against Vargas. Vargas has been pretty good on the year, but I think he's due for some regression. So the next player I went with was Hunter Renfroe. He's never faced Vargas, but he's got a plus 25% batting advantage, a dash rank of 100. He's like 4,500, pretty cheap for Renfroe. And then another guy that I went with from the Padres was Franmil Reyes. Again, never faced Vargas, but Reyes has some of the best power in the entire game, really. If you don't know about Franmil Reyes, you should look at some of his statistics. This dude's just got power. He will strike out a lot as well, but when he swings and connects, it goes a long ways. So I'm thinking Franmil Reyes makes for a pretty great play at 3,900 on DraftKings. I think that's a really cheap price for him. And then the very last hitter that I went with was down below again, another value guy, in Curtis Granderson, 17% batting advantage. Granderson also very cheap. I believe he's 3,500, projected to bat 5th in today's lineup. I had him yesterday, and I think he just makes for a bunch of sense at that cheap price tag against a not so good pitcher. Getting to the lineup optimizer, I'll show you what I'm working with today. So we got Nola, we got Archer, we got Sanchez, we got Thames. This is where we go different. We're going to try and put let's put Arenado here. Let's get Machado here, and let's put $4,500 Renfroe here. So this is the lineup that I would like to run out. If not for Kinsler being in the lineup, I'm going to try and put him where Yolmer Sanchez is. But so it'd be Nola, Archer, Sanchez, Thames, Kinsler here, Nolan Arenado, Manny Machado, Franmil Reyes, Hunter Renfroe, and Curtis Granderson. Now, if Kinsler isn't in the lineup, obviously you're going to have to change some things up a little bit. But that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, so a lot can change. But that's what I'm looking at for today. Really like the San Diego stack. I think Vargas is due for a lot of regression. Then get some other hitters in some good spots like Sanchez against Gibson and Eric Thames against Roark, Curtis Granderson against a bad right-handed pitcher. I think that just makes for quite a bit of sense. You get yourself a little bit of differentiating by putting Nolan Arenado against Steven Strasburg. So that's what I'm looking for today. We can save that lineup. These players will be in my player pool for right now. I will update it when I change it. Remember, if you sign up through my link and get Draft Dashboard 30 days for $1, you'll get access to my custom player pool every time I set it. It'll have a timestamp on it so you can see when I last set it. So you can get access to my plays every single day, even after I update them through the video. So you don't want to miss out on any of that. We've been doing pretty well. Actually been playing a little bit more on Yahoo today or lately, the last couple weeks. I've been doing pretty well over there as well. But just so you know, pricing's different over there. I'll leave you my 2 Yahoo pitchers today. If you play on Yahoo, I will leave you with Yu Darvish and Trevor Bauer. And then I'm also loading up on the Padres over there as well. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Click the thumbs up button. And we'll see you in the comment section below.